So The Sound of Metal is directed by Darius Marder and stars Riz Ahmed as Ruben, who is a fanatic drum player. He plays in a metal band, tours the US with his girlfriend, who's the lead singer, and we go through the experiences of Ruben as he starts to lose his hearing. We go through the experiences of him losing the ability to hear the music that he loves and is very passionate about. We go through how this changes his lifestyle, how this changes his relationships. And we also look at who are the new people that this new life introduces you to, how it can resurface frustrations of the past, and really the key theme of being at peace with this new thing he has to deal with. Now, before I get into likes and dislikes, I just want to say I love this movie. This movie was awesome. A completely new perspective on something that I think at some stage we've all thought about. Okay, so my number one like about this movie is the cinematography and the music. So Abraham Marder and Nicholas Becker did the music. Cinematography was Daniel Bouquet. To me, to bring this together, to show the different aspects of different sounds, like how do you actually articulate what this is like for someone becoming deaf, like what things sound like? Obviously, none of us are really experts on that, but in terms of how they articulate it, it feels real. It feels real, and it feels real in the sense that you feel frustrated for Ruben. You're like, oh, you just want that sound to come through. And one thing they do really well in the movie is I feel as he starts to accept more and more his reality, the sounds are more bearable or the silence is more peaceful. And you have to hand that to cinematography, music, editing. Riz Ahmed, wow. This is like amazing performance. Like seriously, it's so good. He's up for an Oscar this year, and I hope he wins. I think I've got a lot of movies to watch before the Oscars to see their performances, but it's got to be hard to beat this guy. This guy makes you feel his pain and his frustrations, and he has this past that resurfaces because of his frustrations with losing his hearing, and you feel it, and you're on edge the whole movie because of this guy. Fun fact about Riz Ahmed is that he actually likes to rap, and he has done lots of stuff with rap, including this fun video where he brings up a favorite topic of mine as a New Zealander, so with cricket, where he is of British origins, but he also has Pakistani origins as well. So you can see he is a dual follower of these teams. Another amazing acting performance in this is Paul Rossi. Paul Rossi actually has a background where he was raised by deaf parents. What I like about Paul Rossi's character is you feel like you're pulled into a community where they're all in this together and they help each other out, and it's just so good to see, and you just know that this exists in the world, that there are people this good, and it makes you feel really good. I love the symbolism of how this character helps Ruben embrace him losing his hearing. And I think it's like, this could happen to any of us. And this really articulates a journey where you get to go through the frustrations, but have characters, like, there's the Paul Rassis in this situation. And this character was really well acted and just the perfect fit again. Now, I don't really have many dislikes for this movie. I have to say that there's right now a lot of movies like this. I found Palmer, Nomadland, Sound of Metal, very similar. I call them kind of like one character movies where you've just arched around this character the entire time, and this is normal. One of the original movies to do this for me, not like old school, but coming up 20 years old now, is The Wrestler with I think Mickey Rourke. For all of those movies, there's going to be slow parts, and there were slow parts to this movie. That to me leads to a little bit of pause or a little bit of slowness to the movie, which probably makes it feel longer than it needs to feel. That's my only dislike. I have so many favorite scenes, so many. I really I don't want to give any spoilers away or anything, and I feel some of them are spoiler driven. But any action, any interaction between Paul Rossi and Ruben, every time you get a perception of how his hearing's changed and how the world around him's changing and how they use the sounds or what they think the sounds would be like when you go deaf. It's just like sends like just a kind of shiver down your spine. It's like, whoa, this is feels so real, and you just put yourself in those shoes. That's like all those scenes are really really good because it's just like a reality that we all might face one day. And then anything to do with his relationship with his partner and her experience with his transition, because like as this changes, right, everyone that's known you before, their interactions with you are changed, and in a way they do have to help a lot initially as you go through this change, and it is a lot for someone. So they're really articulating them adjusting to that. This movie was good. I think everyone should watch this as just an educational thing to think about this transition. I haven't seen too many movies like this before, so maybe there has been a movie about becoming deaf done in the past. I haven't seen it. This was my first one, and what an awesome movie to just understand what that's like, and to see light at the end of the tunnel in terms of embracing it and getting on with life, because this is a reality for a lot of people, which is why I think we should all watch this. So I give The Sound of Metal an A. I give Riz Ahmed an A+ as an actor, and right now I hope he wins the Oscar. Thanks.